Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. I'm now live. Hello. All right, just checking. All right, hello. I'm live and I'm a little bit late to go live. Some technical issues this morning. I thought I'll start by picking a card. It's been a while. Welcome to day one of our Elevate Your Mind challenge. I'm really excited because today we're gonna dig deeper into how you can invite more awareness into your thoughts, awareness into your mind. So we're gonna get into that. And I'm going to be going live this week 3 times. So today, Wednesday, and Friday, just to build up on that elevating your mind challenge, which really helps you to take a step back and connect to your thoughts and how your mindset could be impacting your life today. But let's pick a card first. It's been a while. And that could be your intention. That could be something that could serve you today or maybe for the rest of the week. Let's see what we come up with. Patience. It says patience. I'll read it out loud. It says, congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading, you're still listening, and you haven't started to get annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. These are funny cards. But yeah, patience. I hope that serves you for the day. I hope that serves you for the rest of the week. If you're here, give me a thumbs up or a like. Write a comment just so I know who's here, who's live. And welcome. So let's dig a bit deeper today. Really going to be talking all about elevating our mind and what does it mean to elevate your mind. Why is it important? Why am I bringing on this challenge to elevate the mind, and what's step number one that we're going to take today together? So just so you know, throughout this week with every live, I'll provide you with either a task or a workbook that helps you gain some self-reflection. It's important because, like I said before, this is the age of transformation and not information, which means I could sit here and give you loads of information, but it's not enough. It's not as important as you taking it, self reflecting, and taking action in your life. That's what's going to make a difference, not understanding things. Understanding things is important, but what you do about it is 10 times more important. All right, so let's talk about what does it mean to elevate your mind as a beginning. The mind really is ruling our life in a way, whether we like it or not, right? How we feel, how we act, the things we manifest, the actions we take, the people that surround us, our lifestyle, our habits, everything is initiated in the mind. Okay? So, actually, what we are creating for our future starts in the mind. So, we spoke a bit about this before, but I'll do a nice summary. Every thought that you have, every thought, it's not your thought. Let's start with this. Every thought is a thought that comes to you. It comes to you from, either subconsciously, from your old beliefs, from patterns that you know, from something you've heard. You're not creating new thoughts, right? Everything that you think about, even ideas that you think are amazing, they're inspired by something. So thoughts come in, and then every thought creates a feeling. You either get, you feel like, oh, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel, this makes me feel jealous. This makes me feel angry. Every thought gives you a feeling. And now every feeling, the more you focus on it, the more you fuel it, the more you energize the feeling, it starts to turn into an emotion. So that you feel this deep sense of energy. Emotion is energy in motion. You start to feel this energy moving in your body. It's almost starting to come to life. So that if you feel angry and you build on. I'm angry. I had this thought and I remembered something that someone told me, and now I'm angry and I'm angry and I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they said this. And I start to turn it into this emotion, into something that's starting to take a form. I'm so angry. I'm emotional about this. I don't know what to do about this. You start to become emotional. And now the more you fuel the emotion, the more you fuel it. I'm angry, I'm angry, you fuel it, yes. And then your friend comes up and says, yes, can you believe they said this? And then you fuel yourselves up together and you get more emotional about the thought. That emotion turns into an action. So you say, I'm done, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully something good, talk to the person, but sometimes it's not. So you take an action. And when you take an action, that starts to turn into who you are. Oh, Jana is the person, when she's angry, she does this. When this person is stressed, they smoke. When this person is upset, they tend to isolate. So your thought creates a feeling, creates an emotion. The emotion creates the action. The action starts to become who you are. Who you are. You start to become known for a person who takes a certain type of actions in their life. Those actions start to define your personality, who you show up as. And that eventually defines your life. Because who you show up as every day, the type of things you say, the people you engage with, the energy you put out there, all of that, your habits, your routine, they start to define your future life. They define where are you heading. Because if you spend time with a certain people every single day, that's your habit, you start to define that your future will look similar. If you spend your time at the gym and working out and in exercise and healthy food and all of that, then you're defining that you have a future that looks healthy. Your daily habits define your future life. Now, why is that important? Because if you remember, what was the starting point? The starting point was thought. The thought is the initiator for our feelings, emotions, actions, and thus the initiator of our life, of what we are envisioning and what is possible for us. How crazy, right? So many people think that the definition of what you become in life is the things you're doing, the actions you're taking. Yes, but what comes before action? What comes before action is how you felt, which made you take action. And what comes before how you felt was what did you think about? The thought that you invited into your mind, into your life. Okay? So thought is everything. It's the initiator towards action and towards what you want to manifest in your life. So that's why when we elevate the thoughts, we can elevate our life, what we are looking towards. We can elevate what we're working towards, who we are. I can change who I am, who you see me as, who I see myself as, just by changing my thought. So I could say today I'm someone who's, I'm sad. That's the thought. I'm sad because I remembered something and I show up as a sad person. Or I can change the thought and say, you know what? I'm sad because it happened, but I'm someone who has compassion and gratitude. So I'm going to show up as a grateful person. So I show up as someone who's different. So you can change who you are by changing your thoughts. And you can change your life by changing your thoughts. Because who you are, again, we're not talking too much about this today because we spoke about it in previous videos. Who your habits and who you are is attracting your dreams, or not attracting the things you want, attracting things that you don't want, right? Who you show up as is attracting your dreams. But anyway, let's go back to the thoughts and elevating your mind. So our role, number one role, is to know that we are not the thoughts. Okay, the thoughts are outside of us. I am not the thought. The thought is not mine. The thought comes to me. Where does it come from? Mostly it comes from your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind, which is 88% of your mind, is your old stories My mom told me, my dad told me, my society, my conditioning, um, how I was brought up, things that I heard while being brought up. Money doesn't grow on trees, and now it's embedded subconsciously. Things like you need to be a very strong masculine woman to make it in the corporate world. All of those things subconsciously embedded on our minds, they become our thoughts, although they're not ours, right? So, number one is realizing and kind of admitting, saying it to yourself, I am not my thoughts. Thoughts are outside of me. That's a very empowering statement because it helps you realize that any thought that you have is not necessarily true. You can decide if you want it or you don't want it. All right? So you are not your thoughts. Who are you? You are you, spirit. You are pure. You are energy. Okay? But the thoughts are not yours, they're subconscious, they're coming from your old, how you were brought up, your story, and they start to define your life. Now you have the power to reshape that. You have the power to say, whoa, I just noticed that I keep repeating this statement, which is money doesn't grow on trees, because my parents used to say it a lot. But it's not serving me, because it's making me believe that I need to work so hard for money, and money is not abundant, and money is scarce, and I can't have access to it. It doesn't grow on trees. I don't like that thought. So when you realize that you are not the thought, you can change it. I'll give another example because it really depends on what you are passing through. These are just examples. Another example is something related to body image. Yeah, I'm not beautiful. I'll never be loved. I'll never be loved. Maybe someone told me when I was young that I'm not beautiful, and because I'm not beautiful, I'm never gonna get married or have a partner to love me or whatever it is. And now I believe it. Whenever I look at the mirror, I say to myself, I'm not beautiful. But when I realize, whoa, what's this thought? Is it mine? It's not mine. Who said that to me? Whose voice is that? That's not my voice. That's a voice of I don't know, this bully I had in school that told me I'm not beautiful, but that's not my voice. When I know that and I capture it, it's so empowering. So step number one, guys, know that you are not your thoughts. And now whatever you want to work on, body image, confidence, changing your career, partner, relationships, notice what are the thoughts that you have about that. If you want to work about becoming rich and inviting more money into your life, what thoughts do you have about it? What are the thoughts that come into your mind? And then when you notice the thought, again, we are noticing that, whoa, I'm not this thought. What is this thought? Where is it coming from? I capture it. I hold it in my hand. Sometimes I really do that. Like when I have a thought like, Jana, you need to work 10 times harder. I capture and I'm saying, what's this thought? Whose thought is that? Who told me that I need to work 10 times harder? Society, because I worked in 10 years for corporate. So I capture it and I say, hey, I'm doing my best. Get out of here. So you literally capture the thought. You can imagine that it's like a cloud. By the way, if you're here and you want to ask any questions along the way, I'm here to answer them. You can also imagine that the thoughts are like clouds. They're just passing you by. And you don't need to attach to them. So some thoughts are good thoughts. Some thoughts are like, whoa, I'm feeling so good and grateful today. Oh, I want to hold on to that. I want to feel it. I want to turn it into an emotion so that the emotion becomes a positive action and that becomes my life. But then if I see a darker cloud, a cloud that's saying, something like, I don't know, today is stressful. Today is not going right. I woke up just stressed and I hate this day. Come here, you little thought. Whose thought is that? Is this thought serving me? It's not. This thought is turning into a stressful feeling that's going to turn into a negative action, and that's going to limit my life eventually. So how can I catch it, right? So noticing the thought, and second, catching it, literally holding it, noticing it as a cloud. Do I want to hold on to this cloud because it's positive? Or do I want to let go of it and just see it pass by? Okay, goodbye, darker cloud. I don't need you. All right. So let's give an example. An example. Again, yeah, I gave a few examples. So another example of a negative thought could be something like, um, this you can't do it, especially if you're someone who's in this passion to do something, change career, open a business, you have an idea, you want to do something that's just different, book that yoga retreat and go for it, whatever it is. But then you get a creeping voice, a thought that's not yours, that says you don't have money. You catch it. You're like, come here, you. Whose thought is that? Oh, that's the voice of my father, just saying something. I love you, Dad. The voice of my father, who told me that you need so much money before, traveling and doing your thing. Don't do it if you don't have your savings. That's not mine. That's his thought. That's not mine. What else? Oh, that's the voice of my friends who are stuck and who feel disempowered to take action towards their dreams. That's not mine. So I catch it and I say, okay, listen, yes, maybe I'm not rich and have all the savings in the world, but who said I need that to do what I love? I can take action. So I changed that thought. I fought with the thought. I didn't just take it, accept it, and surrender to it. Say, oh, yes, I surrender to the belief of that thought that is almighty. The thoughts are not almighty. You are almighty, and you are not the thought. The thought is outside of you. You are here. The thought is up there, around you, whatever you want to imagine it. You catch it, and you notice it, you become aware of it, and you decide if you want to accept it and say, fine, I will accept you and I will turn you into a feeling, emotion, and feel you and allow you to take certain actions in my life. Or you decide if you say, thank you very much. Old story, not mine. So this could take a bit of work. It took me really, I don't want to say like a certain period of time because I don't know how long it took me, but it was a journey. It was a journey of me coming to a point where I'm so connected to every thought that I could say, come here. Yes, no. So a nice question I like to use with myself while doing this exercise is asking, is this serving or is this limiting? So is this serving me? Is this serving my day, my potential, my dreams, whatever it is? Is this serving? If I'm having a conversation with a friend and I get a thought that is something like, she's showing off, or whatever, get a thought, I capture it. Is this serving? It's not. Get away. It's not mine. It's something that I learned. That's not mine. It's an old story. If I'm talking to a friend and I notice that they are riding a negative thought, oh, everything's so difficult, and they're complaining, and then I notice that I'm riding with them on that thought, I'm riding that wave of yes, and oh, it's hard, there's no jobs, and people are still cocooning, and all of that negative thought, I capture it and I say, hey, wait a minute. I take a deep breath and I say, you know what? Things have been actually quite good for me. See? I don't ride the thought and I don't ride the words that I speak. Sometimes we get carried away with the thought. If it's someone else's thought, someone comes to you and says, what a hard day, it's so cold or it's so warm, and they take you on a negative ride. And you also have the opportunity here to notice, whoa, that's theirs. Do I want it or do I not want it? So noticing what's coming up also in conversations, okay? So how can you practice this? Let's come into practicality. Just a few more minutes so I can give you a bit of guidance on how to practice it. This is important. So number one is, now that you're aware that you're not the thought, you're going to find it easy to capture the thoughts, okay? But again, labeling it. So taking the thought and saying, are you serving or are you limiting? Again, are you serving my day, my potential, my feelings, the actions that I want to take, who I want to become, my life, my dreams? Or are you limiting them? Are you limiting me? Are you stopping me from something? Are you not serving me, right? Are you against me? And again, the thought, poor thought, it thinks it's right, but you are more wise. And you can tell the thought, no, you are an old thought. It's an old story. It's okay. You can leave. Okay? So is it serving or is it limiting? You ask that question. If it's serving, if it's telling me, hey, I'm grateful. Yes, there's a lot of things happening in the world, but I'm grateful. I'm so blessed. And I can see good things happening and changing, and I'm growing, and I'm good. And I want that to turn into a feeling, and I get excited. I feed that thought. And if it's limiting and I notice that, whoa, what is that? I just say thank you. And I let it pass by like a cloud. So for today, all I want you to do is start noticing your thoughts. We're not going into changing the thought and reinforcing the positive. Let go of that now. That's second, third, fourth step. For now, just practice becoming aware that you are not the thought. When a thought comes up, labeling it as, is this limiting me or is this serving me? And then deciding if you want the thought to stay, if you want to fuel it, or if you want it to pass you by. You catch it and you release it. Or just like a cloud, it passes you by. You decide, right? Practice this today. Practice this over the next week. And then what I invite you to do, I did attach a workbook in our guides where you can use that, or literally just grab your journal throughout the day, or once, before you sleep or in the morning. Just write down the common thoughts that are coming to you and not serving you, right? So that you become more empowered over them. Because when you write them, so at the end of the day, you say, okay, today I noticed that I repeatedly say the words, I'm stressed. And it's not serving me. I keep saying it and it stresses me out more. I keep saying, I'm tired. I don't know if I'm in the mood. I keep saying, I have to work so hard. I'm so busy. And I keep saying those things. I keep thinking them. I don't have time. I don't have time. I keep saying and repeating to myself that I don't have time. But it's not true. Time is abundant. You decide how to use your time. Right? So I keep just noticing what are those limiting things and writing them down. Trust me, guys, life-changing. When you write those things down, you start to, have a new perspective of how things are shaping your life, okay? If you want to ask any questions, please drop them in. And one last thing is, if you have a specific thing that you want to work on, let's say, I'm going to give an example, you want to work on relationships. You really want to be with someone, you want to attract someone into your life, but it's been hard. It's not happening. Just start to notice in your day, in your week, what are the common thoughts and words, because your thoughts turn into words sometimes when you're gossiping with your friends. So what kind of thoughts do you have around relationships? When I see someone that I could potentially be attracted to, what thoughts come to me? Does it come to me that, I can't, I'm not good enough? Does it come to me that I'm not pretty, I'm not beautiful, they would never be interested in someone like me? Just noticing what thoughts come around a certain topic that you want to work on. Could be relationships, could be career, could be confidence, could be stress, a habit that you want to change. What thoughts come to you around this topic? So you could take it topic at a time. I like to do that. So for example, now I'm working a lot on my money mindset, right? How do I perceive money in my life? What money means to me? And I'm starting to realize all of these old things that I say just because, I was brought up in a certain society that doesn't believe in this abundance of money, right? And it's okay. But I'm starting to notice the things that I say to myself and repeat, and I start to notice conversations that I engage in, and I'm shifting them. Yesterday I was just taking a nice walk with a friend, and we saw this amazing apartment, like duplex, top, like amazing, beautiful apartment. And my husband was saying, this is a 10,000 euro apartment, like per month rental fee. And of course, the conversation turned into, that's too much. It's impossible. Who has that money? And I caught myself. I said, hey guys, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why not? That could be me, you, anytime, right? It is possible. And wow, bless them. If they have the money and they want to enjoy a 10,000 euro per month apartment, yes, that's amazing. That's inspiring. So I noticed that I was about to write that, oh my God, that's too much, that's impossible. Who would ever have that money to spend it on a rental in just in a building? Who would do that? I caught that and I shifted it on the spot. And it was so empowering. I felt like, whoa, yes, old belief, old mindset, not elevating me, not supporting me, not serving me. It was limiting me. It was telling me no, that you can't. Whereas why not? Right? So take a topic, notice your thoughts around it. No judgment. Don't judge yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. It's okay. You're empowering yourself to be aware. Notice it. Write it down if you can, because that will empower you. If you do it day after day, then it becomes more automatic. And just do that for the next week. And then on Wednesday, come back and we're going to be talking all about going a bit back into your old stories. So you can write your story of how these thoughts came so you can empower yourself over them. And on Friday, we're going to work all around switching those thoughts. All right, amazing guys, amazing session. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm here to answer any of your questions. Sending you all so much love. Please elevate. You are not your thoughts. You are just pure potential. You are pure creative potential. You can achieve anything you want in your life, but you need to empower yourself over your mind so that the mind does not control you. Your mind can be your best friend as long as it trusts that you can take the lead. So take the lead of your thoughts, catch those things that are not serving you and release them. How to accept the thought as they are limiting. How to accept the thought as they are limiting me. I'm not sure I understand your question, Prasha. How to accept the thought. How to overcome it. Yes. Okay, so how to accept the thought as they are limiting me. If they're limiting you, you don't accept them. If the thought is limiting you, you just thank it and you say, okay, for this thought, you are limiting me. I believe that you are limiting me. You tell the thought. You can even visualize the thought as like a shape. You are limiting me. You're not serving me. Thank you very much. I ask you to leave. And you just become aware of it. Just there. You don't need to do much. And then how to change it and overcome it. We're going to be talking about this on Wednesday and Friday. So step at a time. Right? But first step, because that's everything, step number 1 is become aware of the thoughts that are limiting you and write them down so you can just not attach to them. You don't need to stick and hold on to the thought. You just let it go. Okay? I hope this answers your questions, Prashant. And you're welcome to ask any other questions at any time. Write them in the comments and I'll come back to you in the comments as well. Or I'll also answer you on Wednesday. I'll be going live at the same time. So nice to see you here, Prashant. I hope you're doing great. And lots of love to you all. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Happy Monday. Take care. Elevate. You are the master of your life.